Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations coming at you today with another video, ladies and gentlemen. And today we're going to be diving into my first impressions on Heroes War Counterattack. That is right. If you don't already know, this is the brand spanking new game that has been developed by Kodeations, the same developing company that created Summoner's War for many of years, and they still continue to add content to that game. And not only that, the game still has a massive following and a high population on all of its servers across the board. So if you know anything about Kodeations, they do know how to develop a successful application. So before we dive in, as always, if you are new to the channel, please be sure to hit that red subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get a notification every time we drop a video. We drop a variety of mobile gaming content on the platform, and we are always searching for the next best game and or suggestions from you guys down below in the comments to let me know what games you think that I would like and or that I could possibly feature on the channel. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Diving right in, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a look at the combat system first in Hero War Counterattack. Now, you might be thinking that it's a little unorthodox when it comes to first impression videos. Why are you diving into combat as the #1 thing or the first thing that we do? Well, right off of the bat, and that is going to be based upon, I think the combat system is probably one of the game's best features that sets it apart from other games in the mobile idle/action RPG genre, just because of how unique and how different the combat system is. So we're going to head over there right now to take a look at that. We're going to head to a specific chapter, click on a specific chapter, a specific section. We're going to go to this one here just because I already have it on 3 stars. We're going to click on that. Now, the first thing you need to know right off of the bat is going to be this is a stamina-based game. So you can see down here at the bottom, running this is going to cost us 3 stamina. Not only at the very top portion, you can see there is, we've got, a total number of 177 stamina that we've already accumulated for free just from starting out in the game, collecting it from events, etc. But you can see that you do have a cap out eventually. We'll only be able to accumulate 39 of that on a cooldown. And then again, yes, just like all other energy or stamina based games, you'll basically be able to purchase more energy with your in-game currency, which is going to be the diamonds over here on the right hand side. So there's nothing really new when it comes to the stamina or energy driven system. But one thing to note is going to be how you can adjust your formation on the fly. That is right. Taking a look at my team members that I have currently in my lineup, I can actually take this guy as my tank, adjust him, and move him wherever I want to on this little red map. Now, isn't this absolutely insane? I mean, this is crazy. I can literally click this guy, move him wherever I want. In doing so, you can see the red trace lines that tells you which hero that the enemies are going to focus fire on basically right off of the bat. So you want to make sure, obviously, that you know your heroes. You want to make sure that you know what their skills are. You want to make sure you know their range and everything else to basically make best use of this formation. But shout out to Kodeations on giving us the ability to adjust this on the fly, man. That is insane. I have never seen something like this before. It's very cool. And like I said, it's super unique. Now, this is going to be where you can obviously set in some like 10 times autos if that's something that you're into. Otherwise, if you don't want to, you can click the start button and we can dive right in to give you guys a little bit of a taste of what that action RPG style life is all about when it comes to these games. So if you don't want to play it on full auto, you don't have to. We're actually going to turn that off and we're going to show you the general layout. Now, really quick, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time in here because I don't want to make the game or the video last forever. But nevertheless, the one thing to note right off the bat is that you can actually utilize this joystick to the left. So because you can see that our hero is selected, which is right here, her name is Amy, you can see down at the bottom. And then you can also see the turn order, obviously, but you can see this awesome, lovely blue ring that is circling around my character. Now, what exactly is that? Well, that is going to be your area of effect that your skills can hit at. So yes, that's going to be the reason why they have incorporated this joystick over here to actually be able to move your heroes either closer or further away from enemies on the map. So to give you guys an example, this is a ranged DPS class. So if I wanted to basically do any damage whatsoever to a specific hero, they have to be within inside my blue radius for this specific skill. Now, to give you guys an example of that radius changing, if I click a different skill, sometimes that radius will get bigger, as you can see between these two skills here. Sometimes it will get smaller depending on the skill. But what's very cool, I mean, is just the fact that you have the ability to move and utilize your heroes even more custom in the match. So if you wanted to get in here, min-max your gameplay, if you're struggling on a specific phase, then you could get in here, pop it off of auto, turn it onto manual, and you could get in here and just move your characters around to try to mitigate the damage. And not only that, make sure that your skills are constantly popping off at their maximum, damage output based on their location. So again, very, very cool. So we're going to go ahead and click this bad boy, knock him up, do some damage to him. We're going to allow him to do some damage back to us. We're going to swap to another character, as you can see here. Again, once again, the radius is not selected on everybody or on a specific enemy. So we're going to use the joystick here to move her a little bit closer to try to incorporate them. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to with that specific skill, but swapping to another skill does bump up our radius a little bit. It does include him, so we're going to go ahead and click on him to do some damage on him. Now, just to give you guys an example, that's going to basically be the manual play in the combat. Now, one thing to note as well on this screen before we pop it over to manual or to automatic, and that's going to be on the right hand side here. These are the alt abilities that your heroes can actually utilize. Now, once this orange bar on the side fills up to the max, then that ultimate will become available for you to use. You can tweak the settings in the settings menu that will allow you to pop off that alt as soon as it procs, and or save that alt, and then you can actually tap on the screen even in manual mode to go ahead and use that alt whenever is at your convenience. And then last but not least in here, something that I really think is very cool is going to be the fact that you can actually click this little camera button, which actually changes the angle of the game that you currently play between 3 different camera angles. So again, very, very cool. Shout out to Com2Us on this auto battle or this combat system in this game. I really, really dig it. I think it's very, very unique, and I have yet to play another game like this. So like I said, this is going to be the full auto mode. As you can see here, we don't get the ability to swap or change out anything to do with their skills, but your heroes are going to move and progress closer to the enemies as they see fit and as they need. And not only that, they're going to pop off the best skill to utilize at that given moment as much as an AI possibly can. But that's basically going to be it when it comes to the combat system for you guys to see exactly how the combat system works. We're going to go ahead and actually leave this just for the sake of the video. I know we got to defeat, I know we consume some stamina, but that basically breaks down the combat system. And again, like I said, it's very, very unique. And again, I can't stress enough to Com2Us, man. Shout out to you guys. You've done a fantastic job at coming up with a unique system that is not just copy and paste from every other gacha game or, action RPG game out there. So again, shout out to you guys. I absolutely love the combat system. Now, moving on to the second most important thing when it comes to this game that I think sets it apart, and that is going to be the unique hero collector slash gacha system in the game. In this game, they have what they call mercenaries. Now, these mercenaries are going to be your AKA heroes, but what sets this game apart is you actually do not summon these individual mercenaries. And what I mean by that is you actually accumulate these mercenaries. If we go to the contract section really quick, this shows all of the different mercenaries that you can get, or AKA heroes that you can get. But if you actually go to a specific mercenary that we don't have unlocked yet, you can actually click on this contract condition. So in order for us to hire on Miles, for instance, there has to be certain requirements that we can meet and or certain things that we have to do in order to unlock him. So to give you guys an example, we have to do so much of daily training, and after we do so much of daily training, then we will eventually be able to unlock him for free, as you can see right here, when clearing gold battlefield level 5. So the thing goes for all of these other additionals as well. You get a couple free from the tutorial. From the story mode, you get a pretty good chunk of them from just completing different stages in the story mode. You unlock them, different other game modes, the arena, purchasing packs. There's just loads of different variety when it comes to how to specifically unlock heroes. And like I said, that is not going to be the gacha system. Now, the gacha system is actually going to be this card draw feature. Now, I'm going to load in a video where I did 2 10 pulls as part of this video at the end. So stay tuned for that if you guys want to see those 10 pulls. I didn't get anything crazy, but nevertheless, it is RNG just like every other 10 pull game that's out there. But taking a look at this, you're actually going to be summoning what they call cards. And there's actually 2 different types of cards and that you basically are summoning for. And the first one, if we go to like a specific hero here, like Amy, to give you guys an example, there is going to be a hero card, or what they call a skill card. And then the second one is going to be a rage card, aka, in my opinion, a global card. Now, what are the 2 differences between these 2 cards? The global cards or rage cards can be used on any hero. It doesn't matter which hero you equip them on. They basically basically generally give a boost in stats or some type of, debuff or buff to your entire team. And like I said, they're not really specific to a specific hero. Now that's where the hero cards come into play, or the skill cards. The skill cards are specific to a specific hero, and now they can affect only one ability. They can affect multiple abilities. They can kind of do like what this one is. It buffs my damage against or across all of her different abilities. And this is massive percentages, but that's because this is the SSR version of her skill cards. So how did I get this already? Just by playing the game for the very first day. And that's because during the first part of the game, when you first open up the game, you log in and play, you will be given a free selective summon. I took advantage of that free selective summon. You have the ability to re-roll up to 30 times before you confirm that selective summon. Therefore, that's what we did. We waited, or we got lucky. We happened to get a copy of a SSR card for our specific hero that we are currently using as our main DPS right now. So therefore, we took it, we ran with it, we went ahead and done that. Not only that, it helps me create content to give you a better explanation of what it is. Now, moving on to some of the other elements in the game that are kind of like straightforward when it comes to a lot of the action RPGs in the mobile world, and that's going to be things like gear collection. You can actually come in here once you complete different stages, you can buy gear from different shops, etc. Nevertheless, you can actually get in here and equip different gear. Each gear will have different star rankings, so from 1 stars all the way up to, I believe, 5 star maybe. This is 4 star. It says it's legendary, so maybe it is only 4 stars, but you get the idea. It's pretty straight when it comes to gear in a lot of these mobile games. It's pretty straightforward. Each one of the different sets have different set bonuses that you can accumulate after equipping so many pieces of that set. Again, very straightforward, but another little unique feature that they have for your individual heroes is you can actually pick and choose and pump into their stats. Now, again, a very, very cool thing here when it comes to an action RPG and or idle game. Now, again, I don't know if this is in any other ones, but none of the ones that I have played that you have the ability to come in here and actually pick and choose the stats that you want to pump into. Again, very, very cool. I absolutely love that because I think it just adds a lot more flexibility when it comes to the actual gameplay, of your heroes and your team comps and all that stuff, especially when it comes to arena. So again, you can come in here and pump into the individual stat. I can click on this, for instance, utilize a specific currency in the game in order to level it up and push it. So as you can see here, this is a ranged hardcore attack DPSer. So I've been pumping into that basic attack and then also that crit rate up, baby, because we're trying to get those crit percent chance popping off, and not only that, big damage. So that's going to be basically it when it comes to the heroes or the mercenaries in the game. Like I said, we're going to pop off a couple of summons before we end the video, but before we dive into the summons, I wanted to go ahead and show you they do have a guild system. We have yet to be able to join a guild or create a guild because it's super expensive. We're about halfway there currently. Diving into some of the other stuff, they've got your basic straightforward quest system. So again, you've got like your daily quest, your weeklies. Once you complete so many of each of those, you will unlock these little milestones and you can collect the additional bonuses. So again, pretty straightforward when it comes to a lot of these types of mobile games. They've got the crafting system, so you can actually come in here and craft different things. So kind of like a little like a home base thing. You've got like an upgrade laboratory, equipment, conversion station, and gem refinery, so you can collect some gems. You can craft equipment. You can basically upgrade different things. So again, very straightforward, but a nice little cool little clean kind of like tech layout. And then again, you can do some card research, which allows you to upgrade and manifest different cards out of destroying your own cards. So again, very, very cool. You've got the arena, which is going to be all about PvP. Again, a ranking system, very straightforward when it comes to games like this. They do have a story mode as well. That's what we kind of showed with our combat system here. There's several different story sections that you can go through. Right here, there's 3 different ones. They also have elite versions of those as well. And then not only that, they do have pop-up RNG stages that you can also go through and, progress through, that will just randomly pop up after finishing a stage in the story mode, or in, like, for instance, a mode like Trace Summons, which are Trace Specimens, which is going to be basically like 2 mini bosses. You can fight these 2 mini world bosses. You get bonuses, you get buffs, you get, individual items after completing them. And again, based on all RNG, but you can also proc random RP random RNG events. So again, very, very cool. I do like that fact that you can get random procs. It kind of keeps you continuously grinding, even though that you might not have anything specific that you're going for at the time of grinding. You can still get in there and, you know, hope to get one of those RNG procs on some of those fights. Now, you do have some daily stuff that you can actually get in and actually grind out some daily stuff like EXP. You can only do it, you know, once a day or twice a day, so many times a day. I believe it's 2. Is it 2? Yeah, it is. So you can only do it twice, but again, you can get in here, grind out some EXP. It just gives you loads of EXP. And not only that, too, you can also do like the gold one twice a day as well. So you want to definitely get in there and do that. You've got the underground refinery. You've got a party system. Now, this game does allow you to do co-op. We talked a little bit about this in our pre-registration video. I have yet to unlock this feature, but once we get there, I will definitely have to take a look at it and do another video based all around that. And again, we will. So stay tuned on that for the channel. Mercenary missions, pretty self-explanatory. You just basically send some of your mercenaries that you're not using out onto a mission. You wait for the cooldown to come back. You collect the reward. It's pretty self-explanatory when it comes to a lot of other games. And like I said, last but not least, they've got loads of events in this game. Get in here, take advantage of everything that you can right now for free, because we all know it is a come to us game. So take it for what it's worth. I've been Kodeations. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get a notification every time I drop a video. And I will see you guys on the next one.